the 5 Porter's principles, and all the time, how do you deal with them? What is the tool? What is the mechanism that you do deal with them? But how do you first of all read that there is this kind of forces that are externally acting onto you unknowingly? So anybody here who would want to be a participant with me, and both of us will diagnose the problems at the marketplace of your business. Okay, of your business. So let's understand this. Okay, I think somebody has already raised the hands. I think this is Rohit. Rohit, go ahead. Rohit, can you hear me? Can you see me? You can unmute yourself, Rohit. Now you can talk. Yes, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself. If you are on a computer, it will be very nice because there will be calm and quiet and we can talk to each other. Yeah, you can hear me, Rohit?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Kaise hain aap? How are you?
Excellent, sir.
Wonderful.
How are you doing, sir?
Where have you joined us from, Rohit?
I'm joining from Dehradun, sir, Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand. And what kind of business you are from?
I'm into coaching.
Coaching what? What do you do?
I'm from IELTS, International English Language Testing System, study abroad.
You have a coaching center there, or how is it?
Yes, coaching's offline as well as online.
Wonderful. Very nice. So Rohit, just a quick question. How many people are there in your business?
There are five members.
Five members team. And how many people are you coaching and training?
So for time being, I have 48 students.
48. And what is the potential of Dehradun or probably anywhere that you're working on of these courses?
Yeah, potential is big, but for the time being, we are not capturing the entire market. And yes, for that strategy, how to cover up the entire market, because universe size is bigger, and for the time being, we are not capturing that. We are doing some campaigns like on social media, as well as through some traditional methods, banner, poster, but still, I believe there's a huge scope.
Okay. And can you tell me, have you ever thought about these elements that you are seeing right now? Okay, look at all the elements. Okay, look at all the elements. There are 5 elements in total.
Yes.
There are 5 elements. What are those 5 elements? Let me just confirm if you can see this very well.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see.
Yes, and sir, let me tell you, I was doing a program of I Am Bangalore. This, and I have gone through the same content, Michael's Porter's 5 forces. Yeah. Yes.
Let's now apply that. Is that okay?
That yes, please.
Okay, let's apply. See, what happens is a lot of people know these things. The question is how to apply it in my business. How do you apply Porter's principle in your coaching business? Now that's the question that we need to answer. And unfortunately, that takes a different pedigree. Okay. Now I have been fortunate to be a part with a lot of IIMs and sometimes also gone for guest speaking there. It also tells me that the glitch is not in understanding the model. The glitch is in applied learning. The method of applied learning. I have to apply my learning. I'm sure you must be also talking the same language to your students, right? But let's understand this from your business. We will apply for the Porter's principle to your business. Is that okay?
Fine, great.
Okay, so let's look at this. My question to you here is, who are your suppliers and what are the methods that they bargain with you? So supplier, आपके supplier कौन है? You understand Hindi, right?
Yes,
okay. So from a point of view of everybody, because there are a lot of people who are also listening to us, are Hindi speaking people. So we will look at it कि अगर हम we want to let them understand, so we'll probably look at it. So can you tell me from a point of view of coaching industry, who are your suppliers?
So sir, for supplier हमें कुछ study material लगते हैं or
Who's your biggest supplier?
our one supplier is from Gujarat, and I have tie up with them. From them, I get my study material and everything.
So I think, Rohit, uh, maybe you need to start looking at who your real supplier is. Your biggest
Eh,
supplier, Rohit, is
Yes.
your trainer who comes and trains.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Your biggest supplier is the trainer who
Yes.
comes. Give me a moment, huh? Let me just.
Sure.
So your biggest supplier is your trainer who trains.
Yes.
Okay. Then who's your biggest supplier? One more biggest supplier you can say.
Study materials. So provide me study materials.
Study material. Who else?
There are some. I required some tools like for listenings and some
So
equipment.
softwares
Yeah, softwares and like I required some headphones,
and hardware.
hardwares. Yes.
Now we will only pull this. So maybe with somebody else's example, we will look at the force field in a different form. Now let's look at this. If the paper prices go up, does it impact your study material?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. So if I look at this study material and I say this, it says paper price up
Yes.
is threat to your suppliers.
Correct.
Okay. Actually, let's look at the trainers.
Yes.
Huh? If your trainer starts his own coaching,
it is always a big threat. Yeah.
okay, let's look at this.
Sure.
China gets import duties on headphones. So headphone
Yes.
price will go up. Now, all of this, Rohit, is called the external threat of business. Kya hai?
External.
External threat of business. So there will be always two kind of threats. The first threat to understand in the Potter's force field is external threats.
Correct.
Now, when we say external threats, there are direct external threats and
Yes.
indirect external threats. Now, when I say indirect external threat, तो क्या हो गया? चाइना में इंपोर्ट की ड्यूटी बढ़ गई, तो आपका हेडफोन यहाँ पे बढ़ा मतलब बढ़ गया.
Exactly.
है ना? पेपर का
Yes.
भाव बढ़ गया तो आपके स्टडी मटेरियल का कॉस्ट बढ़ गया क्योंकि आप उस वैल्यू चेन के यूजर हो.
Sure.
अच्छा, ये सारा पैसा कहाँ जाना है? वो बच्चा जो पढ़ रहा है उसके माँ बाप की जेब से आना है.
Correct. कस्टमर को बिल. हाँ.
कस्टमर को बेयर करना है. बट वो पूरी वैल्यू चेन में अगर आप उस वैल्यू चेन को छोटा नहीं करोगे तो आप कभी भी पैसा नहीं बना पाते.
Yes.
ओके. सो
Yeah.
हमने ये क्यों करना चाहिए? क्यों हमने फास्टर, बेटर, इजियर, चीपर, क्या फॉर्मूला है? आप जरा रिपीट कीजिए मेरे साथ. फास्टर, बेटर, easier and cheaper methodologies for GTM बोलते हैं इसको. क्या बोलते हैं? GTM. GTM का मतलब है गो टू मार्केट स्ट्रेटजी. GTM क्या है? ओके. क्योंकि हमेशा there will be a direct and indirect threat to my business.
Okay.
हमेशा. And it will
Sure.
always be there. You cannot do anything because it's external threat.
Exactly.
Is that okay?
Yes.
External threat. So if it is an external threat, you can't do anything. Okay, you have to find out ways and mitigate that risk. तो risk को mitigate करने के 4 तरीके क्या हैं? Let's look at this. So I'm going to, on purpose, I'm drawing this for all of us. रिस्क को मिटिगेट करने के, डायरेक्ट या इनडायरेक्ट रिस्क या थ्रेट को मिटिगेट करने के तरीके क्या है? फर्स्ट इज एक्सेप्ट इट, अब इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी लगी, कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप.
Yes.
सेकेंड, मिटिगेट इट. So how do you mitigate? The usage of the headphone only is not allowed. Or you
Okay.
say kids get their own headphones.
Correct.
अगर आप उसे अवॉइड नहीं कर सकते, अवॉइड क्या है? अवॉइड करने का मतलब क्या है कि हेडफोन चाहिए ही नहीं. तो एक तो आपने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, या तो अवॉइड मिटिगेट कर लिया, या तो अवॉइड कर लिया, या उसे ट्रांसफर कर दिया. ट्रांसफर कर दिया मतलब आपने रेंट पे ले लिया, तो अब
Correct,
आपका
sir.
केपेक्स नहीं है वो.
Yes.
तो जो खरीद रहा है उसका केपेक्स है. तो
Exactly.
आपको जो 5,000 रुपए का हेडफोन खरीदना है, खरीदते हो आप, जिसमें आपका केपेक्स इन्वेस्ट हो रहा है, अब आप 50 रुपए दे रहे हो,
Correct.
तो आपके कैश फ्लो का इम्पैक्ट कम हो जाता है. इज दैट ओके?
Fine, sir.
Are you now understanding how the threat has to be looked at? आपको मेथड्स क्या यूज करनी है? आपको मेथड्स यूज करनी है फास्टर, बेटर, इजियर, चीपर, और आपको एक्सेप्ट, मिटिगेट, अवॉइड या ट्रांसफर करना है. अब ये वाला पोर्शन, ये जो मैं अब कलर चेंज करने वाला हूं इसका, एंड आई एम गोइंग टू मेक दिस एज ग्रीन, ये वाला पोर्शन को प्लानिंग बोलते हैं.
Correct.
और ये वाले पोर्शन को, जिसे मैं अभी अभी येलो करने वाला हूं, ये वाले पोर्शन को इनोवेशन कहते हैं. I don't know if this is how it was explained to you where you learned it.
Yeah. Correct, sir.
Okay? क्योंकि ये अब मेरे कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री में कैसे यूज करूंगा ये जरूरी है. अब आपको LMS लगता होगा, लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम.
Yeah.
अब ये लर्निंग मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम आप खरीदोगे या आप बनाओगे,
बनवाएंगे.
शेयर करोगे, या आप अवॉइड ही कर दोगे, इज द पार्ट ऑफ योर इनडायरेक्ट थ्रेट.
Correct.
ओके, सो कभी कभी इनडायरेक्ट थ्रेट की वजह से हम ज्यादा पैसा खर्चा कर देते हैं और डायरेक्ट थ्रेट पे ध्यान नहीं देते. जैसे ही हम इंटरनल पे, when we start talking about internal, we'll understand कि डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट इंटरनल चीजों का थ्रेट क्या होता है. एंड ऑल दीज फोर्सेस वर्क टुगेदर. इज दैट ओके? Problem is all the forces work together. Hence, it is called Potter's force field. The whole reason it is called force field is precisely because they all work together.
Correct.
ऐसा नहीं है कि ये हो रहा है तो वो नहीं हो रहा, सब साथ में काम कर रहे हैं. That's exactly where the confusion happens.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's exactly why we don't know. पैसा इधर लगाना है, वहां लगाना है, लोग यहाँ लगाने, वहां लगाने, ये कंटेंट डालूं, ये कंटेंट नहीं डालूं, ये बुक खरीदूं, ये नहीं खरीदूं. The chaos and confusion is because of that, because all the forces are working with each other and creating that chaos. And the only way that entrepreneurs can get out of this chaos is by one word. Give me a moment. Called clarity of future. If I am not sure about clarity of future, then it becomes very difficult for me to mitigate, accept, avoid, transfer, create something faster, better, cheaper, easier, because I don't know what I'm running against. Are you with me now?
Yes.
Is it making sense, by the way? Rohit, is it making sense? Do you feel that it's giving you value?
It is practical.
Thank you very much. Now, you apply the same piece for all of our other friends. You apply this to all the businesses that you have. Whatever, you must be in B2B, you must be in end of line, you must be in cooling towers, you must be in FMCG, you must be in your new software startup, IT, anything. There will always be an external threat which is directly related to you. There will always be an internal threat that is, indirect threat that is related to you. There will always be, you need to have a GTM. There is always a risk that you need to mitigate, avoid, transfer, or accept. There is always there. And that's exactly when these models get created. They're called a science behind it. There is a science. Now, what is science, by the way? Because being being from a psychology background, I can tell you what is science. Science is nothing but regular patterns being observed by everything. If there is a pattern in something, that study of that pattern is called science, and hence a model comes up, a theory comes up. Every time when we do practical things, there is some data that gets created. That data, when it's analyzed and we see a pattern around it, we call it as a science. So force field becomes a science. So my humble request to all my dear friends who are listening to me right now, one simple question for all of you. Are you aware? This is the question that I'm asking to the entire group. Are you aware of the risk that are directly and indirectly impacting your business? External, अब सिर्फ external की बात चल रही है. External, directly and indirectly affecting your business. And do you have a plan to either accept, mitigate, avoid, or transfer? Okay, that's the question. So people who want to say yes can say yes. People who want to say can say no. Go ahead and respond to this question. Because this is a part of your clarity system. You will only get clarity if you are able to take care of this system. Not fully, but yes, few things. Yes, wonderful. Sanjay ji, thank you. Please continue, sir. Need more. Sure, no problems. I'm going to continue, no problems with that. But because there's no point just completing it. The important element here is to understand and consume it right. Aware about the threats, but not completely, but sure what to do about it. Okay. So if you're not aware about Darya, if you're not aware about it, surely you will take probably wrong steps. Okay. So there is a method to get aware on these things. Okay. So we will now look at the second element. We'll now look at the second element of force fields. And the second element of force field is called.
Excuse me, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in our case, sir, when we are advertising and we are advertising it in social media and everywhere, but it is not clicking to our customers' mind, and we are not getting much footfall. So is it external or it will come under?
This is okay. Very good question. Very good question. Okay.
Thank you.
Who is doing this? Who is doing this marketing?
We are doing the marketing.
You are doing it yourself?
Your team is there.
Team is there, right?
Yes.
You've outsourced it or you have it in-house?
I have my own team.
Wonderful. Very nice. Now, have you checked with your 40 students that you have today that why did they join you?
Yeah, it is not like a 1 day or 1 month result. It was long term.
No, कोई बात नहीं ना, पूछ तो लो कि क्यों join किया?
Yes, because we are adding value into their life.
No, sir. You go and ask them. This is the question you should ask them. Tell me 5 reasons why you join us. Join us, not you are learning from us. Why did you join us? Because when people give you that data, that is the data you have to use to market.
Correct. Okay.
Okay,
sir.
That language, that subject, that continuity, that has to happen. Let me ask a quick question to everybody. This is my famous and favorite question that I keep asking. Who's the king of the jungle? Rohit, who's the king of the jungle?
Lion.
Okay. On the chat box, quickly, everybody, this is exciting. I want to listen to this. Who's the king of the jungle? Go ahead. Go ahead. The people need to write, okay? Anyway, let's not get creative. Sayan, they don't. Let's not get creative. Very simple. मैंने simple से सवाल पूछा है, simple का जवाब है ना? इस जंगल का राजा कौन है? Forest is what I'm saying, ना? Okay, so at least few people have come together and written the answer. But fundamentally, yeah. अच्छा, आप सब लोग एक ही स्कूल में गए थे क्या? क्या आप सब एक ही कॉलेज में गए थे? आपके सेम दोस्त हैं? आपने सेम टीचर से पढ़ा है? तो जवाब कैसे सेम आ रहा है? Is the question. जवाब सेम कैसे आ रहा है? Because same information repeated over a period of time in various forms creates belief. So when you start doing your परंपरा से सुना है, exactly same information, वही मैंने इंग्लिश में कहा, same information if repeated over a period of time, वो एक belief system बन जाती है हमारी. right? So fundamentally, when you start doing marketing, you have to have your central core message very clear. If that is wavering, then it will not make sense to people, right? So fundamentally, हर बार यही सोचो कि क्या मैं मार्केट में मैसेज सही दे रहा हूँ. अच्छा, it's a question which is out of this purview, but this definitely is a internal threat.
Okay.
This definitely is an internal threat. This is not an external threat. Okay. Now we will move on to the next part of the threats. Okay. Force field को समझने के लिए next part of the threats. Okay. It's said threat of substitutes. तो जब मैंने आपसे ये पूछा कि कौन से ऐसे सब्स्टिट्यूट्स क्या हो सकते हैं, तो अगर आप लाइव क्लासेस लेते हैं तो क्या डिजिटल रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस आपका थ्रेट है?
Yes, it is.
ओके. और कौन सा थ्रेट हो सकता है आपको उसमें?
Or there are some I have to say, like inferior quality teachers are coming in. They are offering this less quality services, but in very low prices.
ओके. डाल दिया. और क्या हो सकता है?
Or most of the students think like they'll be preparing by themselves through the internet.
अच्छा, जब हम जंग में जाते हैं, we'll only pick up 3. जब हम, if you go for a war, whose job is to prepare for that war? The soldier's job. So my question to you here is, do you have the ammunition? मैं थोड़ा लैंग्वेज वाली यूज कर रहा हूं ताकि आसान होगा समझने में. Do you have the ammunition to win over these threats? और क्या ये आपने बनाने नहीं चाहिए? सिंपल सा सवाल. सिंपल.
Yeah, we can only go with our quality services. That is the, I think, yeah.
So the point here is, you need to have a script in your business. Typically, you need to have a script that tells your customers that you are better. Script होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि वही इंफॉर्मेशन बार बार जानी चाहिए, वही सोशल मीडिया पे दिखनी चाहिए, वही आपकी जुबान से निकलनी चाहिए, वही चीज आपकी यूट्यूब के वीडियो में दिखनी चाहिए, वही चीज का एक्सपीरियंस आपकी क्लासेस में होना चाहिए. तभी जाके आपका थ्रेट का जो है, थ्रेट कम हो जाएगा. थ्रेट ऑफ द सब्स्टिट्यूट्स कम हो जाएगा. जाएगा नहीं, कम होगा. ओके. व्हाट डू यू थिंक थ्रेट ऑफ अ न्यू एंट्रेंट? क्या थ्रेट है बताइए न्यू एंट्रेंट का?
Yeah, obviously it is always a threat कि कल कोई और का कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट आ जाएगा या कोई और बना लेगा.
लो कॉस्ट, क्योंकि उसका खर्चा कम होगा इनिशियली.
Yes.
वो अकेला बंदा अपना करता रहेगा, राइट? सो पहला थ्रेट. दूसरा थ्रेट क्या हो सकता है?
दूसरा थ्रेट यही, जो हमारे टीचर हैं वही अपना एक नया वेंचर लेके आ जाएं. ये
they might have better technology.
Correct.
और क्या हो सकता है?
They might have bigger setup.
They might probably get bigger setup with bigger funding.
Yeah, they may have their better marketing team.
Now the question here is, how are you managing this? तो ये ना बहुत सारी चीजें निकलेंगी. बेटर मार्केटिंग को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं, बिगर फंडिंग को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं, बेटर टेक्नोलॉजी को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं, लो कॉस्ट को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं. ये जो नए एंट्री वाली थ्रेट है ना, दिस इज वेयर द डिफ्यूजन ऑफ इनोवेशन कम्स इन पिक्चर. जब भी बिजनेसेस, कैन यू हियर मी?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Give me a moment. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Great. So I'm on purpose for the rest of listeners. I'm on purpose doing this activity with one person, one individual. I have never met Rohit. I don't know who Rohit is. I just met him today. But honestly, I now know so much about his business. just by using one right tool. Kitna time gaya? I joined in this class at 3:15. We have not even crossed half an hour of conversation. पर मैं ये जानता हूँ कि better marketing का problem है, bigger funding का problem है, better technology शायद लेनी पड़ेगी, low cost करना पड़ेगा, internet learning का threat है. So now when you use a right tool and you know how to use that tool, okay, you are far better equipped to manage the business. Do you agree, Rohit? What do you say? One glance, you've got everything. One glance. So all the possible threats are there, and now you can plan what to do with these possible threats if you have this one word called clarity. Okay, so let's now look at it. The second part that we spoke about was threat of new substitutes. Now these substitutes or new version of lower quality, okay, becomes in the marketplace because market starts diffusing. Diffusion का मतलब क्या है? The customer moves from aspiration to want to need. Diffuse क्या हो रहा है? मैं अगर 1970 की बात करूं तो मर्सिडीज बहुत अमीर लोगों के पास होती थी. अब 2000 में बात करूं तो बहुत लोगों के पास होती है, और आज तो एवरी ऑल्टरनेट थर्ड कार फोर्थ कार मर्सिडीज दिखती है. तो मर्सिडीज ये एक एस्पिरेशन ब्रांड है उस तबके के लिए जो शायद आज उसको खरीद नहीं सकता. पर जो लोग 1990 में 2000 में मर्सिडीज खरीदने की हिम्मत नहीं रखते थे, वो आज खरीद सकते हैं. सो योर मार्केट विल ऑलवेज गेट डिफ्यूज्ड. सो नया थ्रेट क्यों आता है? क्योंकि एस्पिरेशन चेंज हो रहा है, नीड चेंज हो रहा है, आपकी वांट चेंज हो रही है, आपकी कस्टमर की. ओके, सो योर कस्टमर is changing, his needs, his wants, his aspirations are changing. So what do you need to do? You need to probably keep innovating new things all the time without falling in love with your product. You need to you need to keep innovating products and services without falling in love with your product, because product is dynamic in nature. वो थोड़े दिनों बाद खत्म हो जाता है, business नहीं खत्म होता. How many of you agree with it? Just give me a thumbs up on the chat box if you agree with what I said. Just give me a thumbs up. Yes, no. Don't fall in love with your products. Fall in love with the people that you have who are making that, so that they can keep creating new products. Okay. Fall in love with the business, the profits, the contribution that you can do. Don't fall in love with your products. Now, what happens with intelligent people is they fall in love with their products and then they stop innovating. When they stop innovating, then all of this starts. Jab bhi, every business owner, Rahul, you can tell me, when your product was, when you initially started, you were able to earn more profits. Am I correct? Hello, Rahul, are you there? Sorry, Rohit, are you there? Yeah.
Yes.
And initially started, you were able to make profits, and धीरे धीरे वो profits seep in होते चले गए. Why? Because the innovation piece is missing in the business. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you really look at it, the last piece is bargaining power of the suppliers. Sorry, bargaining power of the moment. Bargaining powers of the buyers. अब ये bargaining power of the buyer मतलब कौन? ये कौन buyer है? ये students के माँ बाप है शायद आपके business के, right? Now these guys, why will they bargain with you, or why should they bargain with you? Because they have options. Because they don't have feedback. Because not more evidence of success. राइट तो अगर आप देखोगे इसको धीरे धीरे ड्रिल इन करते जाओगे आपके पास एक एक्शन प्लान बाहर निकलेगा ऑफ हाउ डू यू हैंडल थ्रेट इज दैट ओके विद एवरीबॉडी जस्ट टेल मी if that is okay with everybody right that you've understood this now the question here is ये ऐसे वाले tools हम क्यों नहीं use कर पाते why are we not able to use these tools by the way how many of you liked how I explained Rohit can you give me a feedback from 1 to 5 quickly of how I was able to use Potter's force field in your business
Yes, excellent, sir. You are excellently using all the forces very well.
right now what my recommendation to you would be Rohit is you start working with your team or you start working on yourself to understand these models. I'm 500% sure you are an excellent teacher when it comes to English and English languages, but managing a business is a different ball game. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So my humble request to you as a teacher, from one teacher to another teacher, is take a deep dive into, like, if I want to learn English, I'll come to you. As simple as that. Right?
Correct.
You should go to the person that you believe in, go to the person who has shown the evidence, go to the person who has been in the market for a good amount of time. So fundamentally, that safeguards a lot of threat, right? So if you intend to scale up your business, understand bigger parts of it and stuff like that, you can definitely be a part of the journey that I conduct live. Okay. Now, important for all of you to understand and realize here is that I will now, okay. I have somebody who's risen the hand, Moreshwar Sabnis. Please go ahead. Rohit, thank you very much. You have been extremely helpful in giving me the inputs. So thank you very much. Yes, Moreshwar Sabnis ji. Go ahead, sir. Is there a question?
Thank you. Can you listen?
Yes, I can.
Your lecture was very nice and I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
So only thing is that, so whatever you said now, I have to clarity of my future and I have to plan in this life. So I needed your help. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem. No problem. Sabri, you are welcome, and you can probably have a word with Shivani from my team, and she'll help you to do that. Right. So, my dear friends, I would now also want to help you understand what is the workshop that I conduct, which is live. The live course happens for 7 days. For 2 hours, you sit with me, and I help you to clarify the future with a lot of scientific tools. Not only because Yogesh says it, they are scientifically proven. I have the ability to use them right. Okay. So how many of you would want to be a part of the journey with me? Quick question. 7 days, 2 hours live with me. Go ahead, so that I can explain you what I will do there. For people who want to learn this, you can definitely stay. People who would want to, thank you. Thank you. So what I'm going to do now is quickly before my batch starts off, because the session starts up at 4 every day. So 4 to 5:30 is the session that starts. So I'm going to help you in 5 minutes. What do I do in that program? What is that program? And of course, because you have been here, I will also share the link on your chat box. You can please have a look at the chat box link right now. I've just shared with you so that you can keep it and preserve it. Now, here you go. If you see, this is some information that we've given for you. They're all good videos. You can watch them. What's the difference between a goal? What's the difference between envisioning a goal and building a goal? Visualizing your point B for business? How do you do that? Difference between emotional and cognitive decisions, phases of life in a human life when you are becoming an entrepreneur, difference between the organic and inorganic growth of business, characteristics that you need to have in yourself to make sure that the business is growing, all of this. Now, let me quickly tell you about, these are the 8 sessions that you will go through. These are the 8 sessions that you will go through, rather topics that you will go through in 7 days. So first is learning from the masters. We have case studies that we have created that help you to identify how and what you need to do in your business. These case studies are not any foreign case studies. They are Indian case studies, people who have been able to make 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores, 4,000 crores in like 20, 25 years. Then how do you build by a value-based company? How do you build that? That's very important part of our discussion when we go through it. Second, how do you build the vision of your future scientifically? Okay, so using a lot of tools like this, RECC grid, the effort versus value charts. We use customer classification, risk categorization. All of this, we clarify a future. We also understand. Now, one of the things is, as I said, we do in this session is understanding customers. Okay, so behaviors of customers. How do you research for customers? Where do you find them? What are the basic things that you need to do? Where should you outsource? Where should you should do it in-house? All of that. Identifying risk involved in the scale up. So we should be clear that if I want to scale up my life, my company, my business, there is a risk involved into it, so that we can use the tools right and probably prepare ourselves for risk. How do you influence people, and what is the subject? What is the language that you have to use that people get inspired by you, people get influenced by you and would want to work with you? What are the behaviors that you need to adopt as a leader so that you are able to retain your talent, enhance your talent, develop your talent, attract more customers, all of that? And what are the key assumptions you always need to keep in mind while you are doing your business and scaling them up? So all of this is done very, very scientifically with a lot of tools used. And of course, all these tools are at your disposal. You will get all those tools. You get 10 case studies in this to read. So 10 case studies so that you can read them. You also understand the various tools. And by the end of the so what are the tools? So first is, as I said, custom classification. Second is risk register. Third is RECC grid. Fourth is buyer's utility map. Fifth is Pearl format. Sixth is assumption format. Seventh is we're talking about cases. We give rather 10 cases have been given depending upon the participant, but bare minimum 4 cases are given. So 4 cases is what you get. These are written down cases for all of you so that you can preserve them. And of course, there's a beautiful value card deck that you get around it. And that value card deck is something that you can use internally in your company also to make improvements. Okay, so we give you these tools so that you can move forward in the journey. Now, the question here is very simple. How many of you would want to be a part of this journey live with me? Go ahead. I'm waiting for the response. I have exactly 6 minutes. If you have any questions, raise your hand. I'll answer them and then move out. Go ahead. Anybody who has a question, please raise your hand. And if you don't have a question, I want to be there. Fair, no problems. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mishra. And you can definitely be a part of this. The details have been given to you. You can definitely go ahead, make the payments, and you can be a part of the program. No problems with that. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else who has a question? So I think there is a special pricing for the webinar. The special pricing for the webinar is it's already there. If you look at the chart here, I think the special pricing around for only webinar. So if it is self-paced, you pay 4,999, and live is 9,999 because this is a live program. In your special pricing process, the self-paced price is applied to your live program. So this is a special thing that we're giving, which is almost a 40% discount, 50% discount on the course. If you are able to register, today, by the end of the day, if you're able to register today, you will need to pay only 4,999 plus the taxes, whatever it comes. So I think that's how the taxes come in. It comes to 5,890. So that's how we build it up. So more than happy, absolutely. So tomorrow you pay 9,000 plus taxes. Today you pay 5,000 plus taxes. So 4,999 plus taxes. All right. Any other question anybody has more than? Yes, you can pay tonight. You can definitely pay tonight. My team will get in touch with you, but you please make sure that that it happens today only. Only then we will be able to accept it. Right. So thank you very much, everybody. It was a pleasure meeting all of you. Thank you very much for listening to me. Rahul, thank you very much. Rohit, thank you very much. You helped definitely to move forward because I could explain force field in a simpler format to everybody. The program that I conduct is extremely conversational in nature, extremely interactive in nature. There are only 15 people in every journey that I take because I would want to give personal attention and focused attention to people to improve. So that's the intention why I'm saying. So go ahead if you feel that I need clarity, if you feel that I need tools to improve, if you feel that okay, I need some person that I can talk to who can probably give answers. Well, let me also tell you why could I be the person that can help you. One, I've been doing the same job for last 8-10 years. Over 18,000 businesses, 1,000 plus businesses have become 100 crores. We are a full-fledged team which sits in Delhi, Dubai, and Pune. So a lot of support is being given if the journey starts. So all the best to all of you. If you really feel that it is worthy for you to be a part of this journey, more than happy to serve you. So thank you very much, everybody. And whoever has shown interest, my team will get in touch with them. And you can make the payments before tonight. If you make the payments before tonight, only then that special pricing is available. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless. Take care.